Hello everyone. Hope you are all safe and sound in your home. This video is the continuation of the previous video. So previous video we discussed about 6 different types of sets. And in this video we are going to discuss about remaining types of sets. So in this video we are going to discuss what are universal sets, subsets, proper subsets, power sets, disjoint sets and overlapping sets. So in this video we are going to discuss about these things in detail. What is universal set? So you know universe. Universe is something that consists of almost everything that we can think of. Right? So universe is something which consists of everything that we can think of. So does this mean that universal set is a set that contains everything? Yes. Universal set is a set which contains all the elements of all the set we considered. So if you consider some sets, and universal set is a set which consists of all the sets that we have considered. So we'll understand this. Take a set like this. Suppose there is a set A is equal to set of all x such that x is a student of class 9A. So elements of this set A is students of class 9A. Suppose we have another set B is equal to set of all x such that x is a student of class 9B. So element of this set is student of class 9B. Okay. We'll consider another set C is equal to set of all x such that x is a student of class 9C. So elements of this set C is student of class 9C. So universal set for these three sets. What will be the universal set for these three sets? Universal set means it should contain all the elements of all the set that we considered. Here we consider three sets. So universal set should contain all the elements of these three sets. So universal set is denoted by a capital letter U. So universal set for these three sets will be U is equal to set of all x such that x is a student of class 9. Right, this set U contains all the elements of considered set. Right, x is a student of class 9. Here this includes students of class 9A, students of class 9B, student of class 9C. Right. So this set is the universal set of our considered set. So you can also take U as a set of all students of school. You can also take U as students in the world. But these sets will become more general. But this is more appropriate to the considered set. So universal set for the considered three set ABC is set of all students of class 9. Okay. So to understand this, we'll consider one more example. We'll consider a segment AB. Okay. So there are two different points on the segments AB, that is C and D. Now AC is one segment, CD is one segment, DB is another segment. We'll consider three sets as the previous one. Okay, so we'll consider three sets like this. D is equal to set of all x such that x is a point on the segment AC. So D consists all the points in this portion. Right. So we'll take E is equal to x such that x is a point on segment CD. So elements of E will be points in this segment. Elements of E will be points in this portion. Now we'll take another example. F is equal to set of all x such that x is a point on segment DB. Elements of this set will be elements in this portion. Right. So what will be the universal set of these three sets? That should contain all the elements of all these three sets. So we'll take universal set like this. U is equal to set of all x such that x is a point on segment AB. If you consider all the points on this whole line, that is everything, then we'll get a universal set. This set contains all the points of all the sets considered here. So universal set is a set which contains all the elements of all the sets we consider. Right. So we'll see what is definition of universal set. A universal set is a set which contains all the elements of all the sets under consideration. Fine. And it is denoted by capital U. Example. So if you take A is equal to Earth, mass, Jupiter. The considered set is Earth, mass, Jupiter. What will be the universal set of this considered set? It should have all the elements of the set A. Right. So if you take U as planets of the solar system, it contains all the elements of A. Right. So universal set for A will be planets of solar system. Next one. If we discuss about elements of natural numbers, suppose if you take sets as 1, 2, 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you take any sets involving natural number, then universal set for those sets will be whole of natural numbers. So now think that you wanted to have a ice cream and you are going to a ice cream parlor, and in that parlor there are only 3 flavors available. So 3 flavors of ice creams are available in that ice cream parlor. So chocolate, butterscotch and strawberry. In that ice cream parlor only these 3 flavors are available. So now we'll refer this chocolate flavor as C, butterscotch as B and strawberry as yes. So suppose you are allowed to have any one of the flavor. So what are all the possibilities you are having? So you can have chocolate, or you can have butterscotch, or you can have strawberry. Right, these are the 3 possibilities when you are allowed to have only one flavor of ice cream. Suppose you are allowed to have 2 flavors, then what are all the possibilities you have? You can have either chocolate and butterscotch together, or chocolate and strawberry together. Any other possibilities do we have? Yes, we can have either butterscotch or strawberry together. So these are the possibilities when you are allowed to have 2 ice cream. Suppose you are allowed to have all the 3 flavors, then what is the possibility you have? Here you have only one possibility, that is chocolate, butterscotch and strawberry together. Okay, so these are the possibilities. Suppose you are unwell and doctor advised you not to have ice creams. So you are not going to have any of the 3. So you are not going to have any of the 3. At that time, what is our possibility? It will be empty set. Okay, these are all the possibility of having these 3 flavors of ice cream. So what is our entire set? Our entire set is the collection of flavors in that ice cream parlor. That is chocolate, butterscotch and strawberry. This is our entire set. And all these set here, which is the right side, all these sets, empty set, this set, this set, this set, all these sets are part of our entire set. Okay, our entire set is this set, collection of chocolate, butterscotch and strawberry flavors of ice cream. Okay, so if you consider this one, C, set C, that is a part of our entire set. If you take C as This is also part of our entire set. If you take this set, collection of B and S, that is also part of our entire set. And observe here, empty set is a part of entire set, right? This entire set also contains empty. So empty set is also a part of entire set. Okay. And entire set is also a part of entire set. Okay. So mathematically that part of is considered as subset. If a set is a part of entire set, then that set is a subset of the entire set. Here different possibilities of having ice creams in different way is a subset of this set. This is the collection of all the subsets of this set. Okay. You see more example to understand this. Suppose we have a set P. P is equal to 1, 2, 3. And Q is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see that set P 1, 2, 3 is a part of the set Q. So P is a part of Q. As we have already seen in our previous slide, part of means subset. P is a subset of Q. Okay. Is there any symbol to represent subset? Yes, there is a symbol to represent subset. P is a subset of Q is written like this. This symbol, that is you sleeping on a line. This symbol is called subset. Okay. So when can we say P is a subset of Q? We can say P is a subset of Q if every element of P is also present in Q. If you see here, P is having 1, 2, 3 as its elements. Every element of P is there in Q. So we can call P is a subset of Q. Okay. If every element of P is present in Q, then P is a subset of Q. Consider C is equal to 4, 5, 6 and D is equal to 5, 4, 6. Right. You can observe that C and D are equal sets here. So here every element of C is also in D. So C is a subset of D. And we know that C and D are equal sets. This tells that every set is a subset of itself. Okay, because every element of the set will be in the same set, will be present in the same set, right? So every set is a subset of itself. So when you take P, P is a subset of itself. When you take Q, Q is a subset of itself. There is another question, another concept, that is proper set. Okay, here P is a proper subset of Q. This symbol U, sleeping U, is called proper subset. When we can call P is a proper subset of Q? If every element of P is also in Q and Q is having at least one element other than the elements of P. See here, Q is having elements of P, that is 1, 2, 3 and it also has elements 4 and 5 which is not there in P. At that time we can call P is a proper subset of Q. So to be a proper subset, it should be a subset first. So P should be a subset of Q and Q should also have at least one element other than the elements of P. At that time we'll call P as a proper subset of Q. This proper subset is also called as strict subset. Okay. So now see here, is C a proper subset of D? So to be a proper subset, D should have at least one element other than the elements of C. Here D is not having any element other than the element of C. So C is not a proper subset of D. We have P as a proper subset of Q. This can also be written as Q is a superset of P. This symbol this symbol is superset, and this is read as Q is a superset of P. So if P contains all the elements of Q and Q is having elements more than that of P. So if P is having all the elements of Q and Q is having at least one element not in P, at that time we can call Q is a superset of P or P is a proper subset of Q. So if you consider two sets P and Q, P is a subset of Q if every element of P is also present in Q. Okay, if every element of P is in Q, then we can call P is a subset of Q. So when we can tell P is a proper subset of Q? If every element of P is in Q and Q is having some more elements other than P, at that time we will call P is a proper subset of Q or Q is a superset of P. And we have to observe that every set is a subset of itself. And empty set is also a subset of the entire set. Okay. So now we'll see the definition of subset. Let A and B be two sets. If every element of A is also an element of B, then A is called a subset of B. And we write A subset of B. Okay, this is a symbol. This is a symbol for subset. Okay, so this can be read as A is a subset of B. So A is a subset of B means if an element A belongs to A, which means A is also in B. Why? Because A is a subset of B means that every element of A is an element of B. So if element A is in A, then it belongs to B also. Okay. If A is not a subset of B, then we can write A, this symbol, not a subset of B. Okay. Clearly, if A is a subset of B, then n of A will be less than or equal to n of B. What is n of A? Number of elements in A. Okay, so if A is a subset of B, number of elements in A will be less than or equal to number of elements of B. Since every element of A is also an element of B, set B must have at least number of elements as that of A. That is what they have mentioned here. Since every element of A is also an element of B, the set B must have at least as many elements as A. So, n of A, number of elements in A, will be less than or equal to number of elements in B if A is a subset of B. The other way is also possible. Okay, suppose number of elements in A is greater than number of elements of B, then A cannot be a subset of B. To be a subset of B, number of elements in A should be less than or equal to number of elements in B. Okay, if number of elements in A is greater than number of elements in B, then A is not a subset of B. If number of elements in A is greater than number of elements in B, this means that A has more elements than B. So there is at least one element in A that cannot be in B. So A is not a subset of B. We'll take example. See here. We have two sets, set 1 and set 1, 2, 3. Okay, so set 1 is a subset of set 1, 2, 3. If you take set 1 as set A, it's having only element and that element is present in the set 1, 2, 3. Okay, so every element of set A is present in set B. So 1 is a subset of set 1, 2, 3. Take another example. 2, 4, set 2, 4 and set 1, 2, 3. So here elements of set 2, 4 is not there in the set 1, 2, 3. So set 2, 4 is not a subset of set 1, 2, 3. Okay. So note here. If A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A, then A is equal to B. See here, what is given if A is a subset of B, which means every element of A is an element of B. And B is a subset of A, which means every element of B is an element of A. So recall the definition of equal sets. If every element of A is an element of B and every element of B is an element of A, then A and B are equal sets. Right? So if A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A, then A is equal to B. Right? Next one. Empty set is a subset of every set. Why? Empty set is a part of every set. Okay, so empty set is a subset of every set. Every set is a subset of itself. So entire set is a part of the entire set. So every set is a subset of itself. Okay. So what is proper subset? So if A and B are two sets, and if A is a subset of B, which means every element of A is an element of B, and A is not equal to B, means there is at least one element in B which is not there in A. At that time, A is called a proper subset of B. So if A and B are two sets, and if A is a subset of B and A is not equal to B, then A is called a proper subset of B. That time we will write A proper subset of B. That is a symbol to denote a proper subset. Okay. Example. A is equal to 1, 2, 5 and B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First we have to see whether A is a subset of B. Here every element of A is an element of B. So A is a subset of B. B is having elements 3 and 4 which is not there in A. So here A is not equal to B. And A is a subset of B. Right. So A is a proper subset of B. So you can, okay. So if you write collection of all the subsets, then that will be a power set. A set of all subsets of A is called power set of A. So see here, this set is a collection of different flavors of ice cream in that ice cream parlor. Right, this is the original set. And these sets are the subsets of this entire set. So these are all the subset of this set. Right. So set of all these subset is called the power set of this set. If you take this set as A, if you write all these sets as a set, inside a set bracket, that is empty set, I will represent using the symbol. Then set C, set. Okay, this collection of all the subsets of set A is called power set of A. That is collection of all the subsets of A is called power set of A. So the set of all subsets of A is called power set of A. And it is denoted by P of A. We'll read it as P of A. Power set is the set of all the subset of A. Okay, that is the power set of A. We'll take example. Suppose our A is 2, 3. What are the subsets of A? So we know that empty set and the entire set is a subset of itself. So first we'll take empty set and the set A itself, 2, 3. What are the other subsets? Singleton 2, singleton 3. Do we have any other possibilities? No. So these 4 are the subset of the set A. Set of all these 4 set will be the power set. So subset of this A are empty set, singleton 2, singleton 3 and the set 2, 3. Collection of all this set will be the power set. So P of A is equal to set of all empty sets, singleton 2, singleton 3 and set 2, 3. Okay, this is a power set of A. There is another important property. We can find if a set is given, how many subsets it will have. That is number of elements in the power set. Okay. So we already noted that number of elements in A will be less than or equal to number of elements in the power set. See here, A will n of A is 2. Here number of elements in A is equal to 2 and number of elements in power set is 1, 2, 3, 4. So n of P of A is equal to 4. So number of elements in the set is less than or equal to number of elements in the power set. Okay, so number of n of A will be less than or equal to n of P of A. But how big is P of A? So how many elements will be there in power set? So if number of elements in A is equal to m, the number of elements in the power set will be equal to 2 to the power m. So if A is having 2 elements, n of A is equal to 2, then number of subsets for A, that is n of P of A is equal to 2 to the power 2, that is 2 into 2, which is equal to 4. Okay, so it will be having 4 subsets. If a set is having 2 elements, then power set of that set will be having 4 elements. Okay, so number of subsets for the set will be 4. So what will be the number of proper subsets? What will be proper subsets? So if you take A is equal to 2, 3, possible subsets are empty sets, singleton 2, so these are the possible subsets. What is proper subset? So when we take here, this set is a proper subset of A because empty set is not equal to A and empty set is a subset of A. Right. This is also a proper subset of A because the singleton 2 also satisfies these two conditions. This is also a proper subset of A. Only the entire set is not a proper subset of this set. So when you take any set, the entire set will not be the proper subset of that set. Right. So the number of proper subset will be 1 less than the number of subsets. Okay. So number of proper subsets of set A is number of power sets in power sets of A minus 1. That is 2 to the power m minus 1. So if n of A is equal to m, then n of P of A, that is number of elements in the power set, or number of subsets that A can have, will be equal to 2 to the power m. The number of proper subsets will be equal to 2 to the power m minus 1 if A has m number of elements. So we'll solve some problems in this video, then you will find it easy. Okay. What is disjoint set? If you consider two sets and those two sets have nothing common, then those two sets are disjoint sets. Two sets A and B are said to be disjoint if they do not have common elements. Okay, see example. We have these two sets A and B. Here A and B have no common element. So A and B are disjoint sets. But if two sets A and B have common elements, then that sets are called overlapping sets. So two sets which are not disjoint sets are called overlapping sets. So there will be at least one element which is common in those two sets. So two sets A and B are said to be disjoint set if they do not have any common elements, and if those two sets have common elements, then they are called overlapping sets. Now find the number of subsets and the number of proper subsets of a set X is equal to ABC XYZ. So here they are asking us to find number of subsets and number of proper subsets. For that we should first know what is number of elements in the set X. Here n of x is equal to 6. Okay. So how can we find out number of subsets? So number of subsets will be number of elements in the power set. Right. So number of subsets will be number of elements in the power set of the set X, which is equal to 2 to the power number of elements in X, 2 to the power 6. 2 to the power 6 means we have to multiply 2 6 times. So 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 2s are 32, 32 2s are 64. Okay, there are 64 subsets to this set. So what will be the number of proper subset? It will be 1 less than the number of subsets. Right. So number of proper subset will be equal to 2 to the power 6 minus 1. So 64 minus 1 is equal to 63. So number of subset to X is 64 and number of proper subset to X is 63. So I hope you understood what is subset, universal set, proper subset, disjoint set, overlapping set. Okay, so using this, try to answer this assignment questions. So first one is state which pairs of set are disjoint or overlapping. So if two sets have common elements, then that is called overlapping sets. If two set doesn't have any common element, then that set is a disjoint sets. Okay. Using that, try to answer this fifth one. Sixth one, they have given a set S is equal to square, rectangle, circle, rhombus and triangle. List the elements of the following subsets of S. You have to list the elements of. So you have to list down the elements of the given subsets. Here all the 4 are subsets of S. That is what they are telling, and you have to list down the elements. So first one, the set of shapes which have 4 equal sides. So see the elements of S and write what are all the elements there in S which have 4 sides equal. Okay. So second one, set of shapes which have radius. So in S you have to write which will be having radius. Okay, like that you have to solve the sixth one. See the seventh one, A is equal to, they have given, you have to write all the subsets of A. Okay. Write down the power set of the following sets. That is also same. You have to write all the subsets of the given sets. Find the number of subsets and the number of proper subsets of the following sets. So you have to find the number of subsets and number of proper subsets. That is, number of subsets will be equal to 2 to the power m, when m is the number of element of the set A. Okay, so here number of elements in W is 3, and first you have to list down the elements in X. So X is equal to set of all X square such that X belongs to natural number and X square is less than or equal to 100. So X is a natural number, so it will start from 1, 2, 3. Our set X is a collection of X square. So what are all square numbers? 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25, 6 square is 36, 7 square is 49, 8 square is 64, 9 square is 81, 10 square is 100, 11 square is 121. But here the condition is x square should be less than or equal to 100. So till here. So these are the elements of X, elements of set X. So using this, try to find out number of subsets and number of proper subsets. So see the 10th one. If n of A is equal to 4, find n of P of A. So n of A is equal to 4. We need to find n of P of A. We know that n of P of A is equal to 2 to the power n of A. Right, which is equal to 2 to the power 4. So multiply 2 4 times. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. So then you will get answer for this one. If n of A is equal to 0, find n of P of A. So n of A is equal to 0. N of P of A is equal to 2 to the power 0. Anything to the power 0 be equal to 1. Okay. So number of elements in the power set is equal to 1. So n of A is equal to 0 means that there is no element in A. So A is an empty set. Okay. So subset of A will be only this one. Collection of all subsets of A will be only empty set. Okay. So there is only one element in the power set. See the third one. If n of P of A is equal to 256, find n of A. Okay, so here they have given n of P of A. So number of elements in the power set is equal to 256. 256. We know that n of P of A is equal to 2 to the power n of A, number of elements in A, which is equal to 256. So substitute values for n of A. So 2 to the power 1 will be equal to 2. 2 to the power 2. 2 2s are 4. Like that, substitute values. So for what values here you will get 256. That you have to see. Okay. That will be the value of n of A. So try to answer all these questions. We'll meet in next video.